Yo, what's going down, Commanders? Just a little bit of a rant video, only basically what's going on within the game over the last few days, the last few weeks, just to fucking try to get things out of my brain before it rattles around and bothers me a little bit more. The biggest thing I want to talk about is well, not the biggest thing, but one of the things I want to talk about is basically the new unit, the Akuma. Now that we have a unit that's so OP, are we going to get any changes to the daily, weekly map bases, i.e. the thorium, medals, advanced materials, reso, etc., etc.? Are any of them going to change, or are we going to see a nerf to the Akuma? Because Kixeye's got no answers, no ideas, no plans to do dick for the daily play of the game, basically. I honestly feel that Kixeye will pull the same old chestnut and ask us to get the violins out for him and how badly understaffed they are, blah, blah, blah. But they was that understaffed that they could produce 2 new events and basically the shittiest events that we've ever seen in the time that War Commander's been around, honestly. I'm only talking for one of the events. I haven't seen the other, but I'm guessing it's going to be a load of fucking shit anyway. This is the biggest problem with the game. There's no attention, no detail put into the daily play. Kixeye's answer to when we say we need something to do daily or something to look forward to when we wake up in the morning is to just chuck a fucking shit ton of events at us. Because that's, in their mind, that's their only way of earning a few coins, which is arse about face, you know. Make the daily gameplay enjoyable. Give us some missions. Give us things to do. Make sure we're fucking enjoying ourselves. That's the whole point of a fucking video game. You're asking us to spend, but you're not giving us nothing to spend for, except for mind-blowing amounts of events. Just fucking event after event after event after event. The second thing I want to talk about is the Asmodeus, or the Asmodeus tech, or the lack of imagination, basically. What's the point of a 10 more range tech? And then just to go back the following month and then add a 20 or 50. I know Drake's put a message out saying it will be up to 50. But what was the point of that 10 if you was going to give us 50 anyway? You know, you might as well just put it in the same tech and give us 60. It don't make sense. It's like they've hired the most boringest person on the planet to come up with the fucking text for the workshop. Where it used to be different with the workshop. It used to be entertainment. It was like, what can we add to this to make this unit more fun, more... You know, you had to pick one tech over the other, but it didn't mean one tech was better than the other. It basically meant like you could get this, say, corrosion or something like that, or you could get shock with the unit, blah, blah, blah. The imagination is not there, and it's not even... You don't even have to have a big imagination to come up with things that would make things interesting. The latest unit that I can remember that was very, very fucking good with the tech was the Perseus, the Corpus Unique. And if you've got all the tech for that and you put all the graphics on, watch that thing shoot and all the fucking missiles and everything else that comes out of it. It's all fucking bells and whistles. It makes the unit interesting, but they missed the fucking chance with that unit. That unit could have been something special, but they left it to rot. Instead of going back, once we got the CC update and they just added to it a little bit, said, look, we're going back, we're re-evaluating this unit, we're going to bring it up to speed with the rest of the game. They didn't. They just quit. Once they're done with a unit, that's it. Kixeye are done with a unit. There's nothing you can do to change their minds, go forward. It's just like, that's it. That's how it's going to be. That's how it's going to be forever. You either use the unit, don't use the unit, or it becomes out of date. And that's the problem with this game. They don't look into the future and say, what can we bring back to make better? And I don't get it. You know, they don't need to keep coming up, regurgitating, should I say, brand new units, or they're not even brand new units. If you look at all the units we're getting over the last 3 or 4 years, they're just regurgitations of the past units and designed to make people to coin them to whatever level they want to. And a lot of people are doing that, and I'm going to feel sorry for the people that did coin the Akumas, and if Kixeye do decide that they're too powerful, instead of going back and re-evaluating and saying, right, we need a counter to this, and we need to bring something onto the world map, change the bases, blah, 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 they're going to go with the easiest way out. And that's what Kixeye generally do as a rule. They go with the easiest, nerf. Same as the fight company, nerf. Why? The players were having fun with it. They were spending a lot of money on that fight company. a lot of money was getting spent on that fighter company. And then Kixeye come out one week and they didn't even announce it. They didn't even say we were going to change it. They just changed it and then lied until they was blue in the face that then they didn't touch nothing on the fighter company, which was a fucking blatant lie. I know it was bugged. I know the unit was bugged, but the players were spending. We were spending money. So why not just keep it as it is and come up with a counter for it in PvE? That's it ain't rocket fucking science, just put it that way. No Warpath this month, guys, as well. So the Warpath was going to run parallel with Skirmish, I believe, which wouldn't have bothered me. I'm not one for Warpath. I'm not really that interested in PvP as a whole, but I understand that some players, they want to test out new things, and the best way to test out new things is during Warpath, where you get a bit of a repair reduction on your units, so you're not burning through fucking loads of coin throughout Warpath. So you can test new things out, you can go into a base and just find that everyone's looking for that one toon, that one toon where we can bubble a base. And that's what I see Warpath for, is just to find that one toon where it's very good at everything and we can get a hole or get to the CC and whatever way you look at it. So yeah, I understand. It wouldn't have bothered me. I can hit 0-0 bases while my skirmish toon was repairing. It would have never mattered to me in the long run. They did come out. I believe they said that they was going to give us an extra 10 blood thorium. It isn't the same though. The extra 10 blood thorium for the, what do you call it? For the skip in a Warpath isn't what you can get in Warpath. It's actually 18 blood thorium that you can pick up in Warpath. So they should have upped it by 18 at least. That would have made it more fair. But it is what it is. I suppose they're trying new things out. They're trying to... The skirmish is just a joke. We have got the new... I forget what it's called. There is a new... Let me get the... bear with me. Let me see if I can get the calendar. I forget what the other... January calendar, that's what I want. I forget what the other... it's based on a PvP event, I believe. I can't remember what it's called. If I can find it. I don't think I can find it, or I've gone past it. That's Skirmish, so it's before Skirmish. What was it fucking called? I can't find it. Whatever the other PvP event was called anyway, it is what it is. The last thing I want to bring up is Hero Showdown. The final Hero Showdown. I hope that's a play on word, just to get the players all bent up and twisted out of shape. I hope it isn't the final Hero Showdown. If it is the final ever Hero Showdown, what are they going to do with the heroes, the old heroes that we've got? Are we going to see them put on the world map as a base where we can earn the tokens, the unit? Or are they going to dump them into the gear store? Hopefully not for blood thorium. We can purchase them with thorium. And what are they going to do with keeping them into the game? Because don't forget, a lot of us have worked for years trying to keep these heroes up to date. I know I have. All my heroes I've got have maxed, or they can be maxed when I've got the right levels on the buildings. So are they going to keep it, or is that just it? Them old heroes are in the past. They're forgotten about, because I know why they did this. Because they realised there wasn't no money to be made off the heroes for the building, the repair and the upgrade. There was literally no way they can earn coin, because it was all thorium based. So if the unit was dead, we could delete the unit, rebuild it and go back. And that's why they've gone back with this skirmish. Instead of getting a new hero in Hero Showdown, they've gone to skirmish where they can at least get the money from the build. And obviously the grind of the fucking tokens that we have to get. 80 parts and then God knows how many tokens. 40 tokens does it work out to be to get it to 20? Something stupid like that. But they need to make sure that the old units are obtainable for everyone. If this is the final showdown, you can't just say, well, that was your chance to get it. Because there'll be people that start the game after the final showdown. Everyone's a collector. You want to be able to get everything that was in the game. And I stand by that, because I try to collect everything. Even the war paints, I buy one of each, just to say I've got them. So that's kind of a I think it's a missed opportunity for Kixeye, because they could have kept the Hero Showdown. It didn't need to come in every 3 months. It could have been every 5, every 6. And they could have used that as a pivot to upgrade some of the older units, keep them into the game. Like the Karen, the Kobayashi, and the Salvatore. And with that, I'm going to move on to my final part I want to bring up today, is the Kobayashi. In my opinion, guys, don't forget this is just my opinion, I believe Kobayashi is the lesser of the 3 heroes. I truly believe he's the worst out of the 3. And I actually believe he's worse than the actual base unit that he's a hero for. If you look at Karen, he's a much better version of the Boomer. And you look at Salvatore, much better the unit than the Crucigal. The Kobayashi isn't a much better unit of the Akuma. And why is that? Why? I just want to know why that unit isn't... It just doesn't make sense. If you look at the way the Kobayashi is, maybe I'm a little bit lost. Maybe I'm not seeing things right. Maybe your opinions differ to mine. But the Kobayashi takes everything that the Akuma does good, splash, DPS, and does the opposite. It can't hit a moving target. It's got 0 fucking splash. I think it works out to be 15 splash if you've got it with a full corpus tune, which is nothing. If you look at the Akuma splash, it takes out about 7 or 8 walls either side of the shot. You only have to go into one of the event bases and see that. It's a lesser unit. Why? Why have we got a hero that's supposed to be the shining light? It's supposed to be the best thing of the base unit, and we're left with an absolutely turd of a unit, in my opinion. It doesn't even spawn extra outrunners, which you would expect from a hero. You know, maybe one more outrunner put into the tech. So instead of 2, it spawns 3. I just don't get it. I don't understand it, and I just think Kixeye eventually they're going to go to the Akumas once everyone stopped coining them, and they're going to go nerf, and they're going to call it a readjustment. And that's all they can do, because they haven't got no foresight. They're running on empty, if you know what I mean. They're right at the pivot. They're not 6 months in front. They're 6 months behind in the game. So they're always playing catch up. If they put something out that's overpowered, in their minds they've got no way to fucking counter that, because they're not 6 months in the future. They're not thinking in the future. They're thinking in the past. So the first thing they're going to do is nerf that shit, the shit out of that unit, should I say? Other than that, guys, I would love to know your thoughts on the Kobayashi. Do you think it's a good unit, or do you think it's worse than the Akumas? Also, I want to know what you think about the Asmodeus tech. Why we got 2 range techs and they didn't just combine that into one and come up with something that would have added some flavour to the unit instead of it's just no imagination, in my opinion. And also the Warpath, not getting the Warpath this month. I'd love to know your thoughts on that. Leave some comments below. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I appreciate your time, guys. And I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.